r/AskReddit. Serious, if you had taken your life 1 year ago, what beautiful things would you have had missed out on? 3.5 months ago, I loaded some camping gear onto the back of my bicycle and left my home in Wisconsin with the vague goal of getting to Seattle and heading down the Pacific coast. 104 days and 4,000 miles later, I have seen some absolutely beautiful parts of the country. I've learned a ton about myself and grown as a person, and most importantly, I have seen time and time again the overwhelming kindness of the world we live in. I don't know what it is about it, but for some reason, traveling by bicycle just brings out the absolute best in everyone I meet. From the unending generosity of the people who have opened their homes to me, providing me a shower and bed, food and their wonderful company over dinner, to the drivers who saw me stopped on the side of the desolate Wyoming roads and pulled up to offer an extra water bottle when I was a million miles from a gas station soda dispenser, everybody wants to be a positive part of my story. In this day and age, we seem to focus way too much on the hate in the world. But thankfully, the hateful among us are nothing more than a vocal minority. I deeply believe that this world we share is a kind one, and that we all want the best for each other. And that, to me, is far more beautiful than the mountains of Montana or a sunset over the Pacific Ocean. Are you okay, by the way? The title is concerningly specific, what with you mentioning suicide in particular and not more generally just dying. That's absolutely wild and I wish I could do that someday. Please share some stories of your journey. Who did you meet? How/where did you eat and sleep? Were you ever worried for your safety? Did anyone know where you were, or was this a finding yourself kind of journey? Yes, please, some stories would be amazing. Would you ever consider writing a book about your experiences? I've been considering it, yeah. I have a journal with me that I write in several times a day, so there's certainly the possibility to flesh that out into a proper book someday. I never considered myself a particularly good writer, but a lot of my loved ones back home, when I post stories on Facebook, say I've got a gift for it, so maybe someday. My graduation and seeing my mom being proud of me. Edit. Thank you kind strangers for my very first awards. I really gotta tell my mom about this, haha. Congrats. Wow. This hit me really hard. My daughter attempted suicide on December 18, 2018. It literally does change everything. The thought of having to live without her is unfathomable. Every single day since then has been beautiful, a gift. Even the bad days, and there have been quite a few. All beautiful. This comment brought my mindless scrolling to a screeching halt. I apologize in advance for using your post to get this out, but this hits too close to home for me to resist the urge to share. December 18, 2018, was my 22nd birthday. I planned to take my life that day. Not entirely sure why I chose that day, but after a few failed attempts over the years, I firmly believe that I would have been successful. I woke up that morning feeling off. Called out of work, stayed in bed. Something in me told me to take a pregnancy test. I to this day cannot understand how or why my brain came up with that. But I did it. I am now, almost a full year later, typing this comment while laying in bed with my baby and the love of my life. It gives me full body chills to think about. I avoid revisiting the mental space that day resides in 99% of the time. I would have missed building a life that only existed in my most far-fetched dreams. We bought our dream house. My so took an amazing job opportunity that basically fell from the sky. I'm so beyond lucky to be staying home and raising the most magical little human I've ever met. I found purpose. I found peace. I've felt true love and happiness that I never believed existed. My son saved my life. I never believed recovery stories or it gets better statements until mine became one. I'm so beyond thrilled that your daughter is still here. You sound like a wonderful parent, and I wish you both the best. Again, apologies for the vent post. It's blowing my mind to know that somewhere out there in the world, someone was going through the same dark place that I was. And that they're also still with us today. Give her a hug for me, if that's her sort of thing, and let her know that a random internet stranger is cheering for her. This has me in tears. Something I say a lot is you owe it to the future you to make it through this. There's so much life left to see the other side. But really we owe it to those that we touch. 3 months ago my now ex-fiancée broke up with me, and I was suicidally depressed. Since then, I went to Galaxy's Edge for the first time and cried real tears. I styled and photographed my mom for a high-fashion advanced style shoot, and we are both incredibly proud of the end result. A good friend of mine wrote me a heartfelt letter and gave me an amazing care package to help me through the breakup. I celebrated my birthday with a tea party in a 1920s atrium. I took a long-distance friend on a date, with the possibility of a second one soon. I've taken up yoga and finally, truly tackled my binge eating disorder. Honestly, I'm not sure that's even half of it, and that's just 3 months. I'm really glad, and that's putting it mildly, that I didn't give in to the feelings of shame and failure in the depressive fog. It always gets better, man. You have a lot of great things going for you, and it seems a lot of closely knit people who care about you. Also, that tea party bit sounds fucking sweet and I envy you. I do, and I'm very grateful for that. And yes, finding the little happily surreal moments in life is starting to feel like the path out of the darkness. My brother did, last June. And he missed out on Kingdom Hearts 3, the next entry in his favorite video game franchise that he waited for since 2006. I bought it and I played it on his behalf, but I suck at it. My brother was also a massive Toronto Raptors and basketball fan, and my mother and I watched the finals and had no idea what to feel when they won. That's the stuff that really gets you. The stuff you knew your loved one would have shit their pants with excitement on. My advice for anyone going through depression: you can always die later. You are going to die someday, the world will make sure of it, so you don't need to take on the anxiety and burden of ending your own life. But you can only live right now. So, why not stick around for a few decides and see what happens? Procrastinating death is the best use of the skill, honestly. Nobody can tell you procrastination is a negative quality if it's what keeps you alive. It gives me comfort to know that I don't have to be here or do this forever. It gives me comfort to know that I don't have to take my death into my own hands. I've suffered from depression and crippling anxiety for about 12 years myself. And what keeps me going? It's the little things. I always pick something, anything, to look forward to. A new show or movie. A new game. I follow tennis and enjoy that. Vacations or visits from family members. Family is everything, and the little things that you like make up who you are, and no one can tell you your interests are small or worthless. Because you like them and they make you happy, and that's good enough. So just keep looking for the next thing to look forward to, and hold on tight no matter how strong the winds of depression become. Don't let go. You can weather the storm as long as you maintain hope that tomorrow can be better than today. I'm so sorry for your loss. What a sweet way to remember him. Hugs. I took my son to the state fair. I took him on his first ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl. It's my favorite ride. We giggled and screamed and laughed. We did it again 4 times. We had our caricatures drawn together. He told me it was the best day. I really loved it. This is by far the best thing about having kids. I'm getting to rediscover all the things I loved as a kid, fresh through my daughter's eyes. Hell yes, let's go birdwatching. I loved birds as a kid and haven't paid them any attention in the last 25 years. I was fortunate enough to accompany my sister and Bill, taking their son, my nephew, to his first state fair. We went to a monster truck show. It was my first time as well. Guess I am happy I haven't killed myself yet. After years of hard work, multiple failures, and lots of persistence, I have finally been accepted into medical school. Be proud of yourself, that's a huge accomplishment. Fuck yeah. Congrats.